Hi guys, so today we are going to be playing Bloody Painter Dating Sim. It's a horror game based on the creepypasta Bloody Painter. So we're gonna check this out. Just for there is a content warning. The game is not suitable for children. Must be 13 years of age to play. Does contain scenes of violence. There's realistic gore, jump scares, starvation, realistic depictions of graphic violence, auditory gore, murder, death, dismemberment, graphic self-decapitation, and realistic severed heads. If any of this is going to bother you, please stop watching now. Otherwise, enjoy. So, here we go. You have been warned. So, in the game, players can easily die. Which means I'm probably going to be dead because I'm really bad at these games. But let's give it a shot. No, really? Means all of the dark romance I've read has just led me astray. Okay. In all reality, though, we all know that if you run into a masked man in real life, we're not going to try to romance him, right? Please. Just call 911. We're going to do that. Okay. Good. Okay. So, warning's done. Here we go. Ugh. With a severe headache, you wake up in an unfamiliar place. As you touch the bruise on the back of your head, it seems you were hit by something heavy before you lost consciousness. A heavy iron chain tied around your feet. Someone has trapped you here. You try to remember what happened before you lost consciousness, but you can't recall anything. Let's investigate the surroundings first. Okay. Well, there's a cell phone. Let's start with a cell phone. No signal. It might be in a remote place or underground. Where to investigate next? The door? You peek through the keyhole, but you see nothing outside. I wonder where I am. Okay, let's go with the wall. The room is surrounded by 4 walls without any windows. It's weirdly cleaned up and no ashes or sand can be seen. Looks like a prison built by a germaphobe. Where to investigate next? Let's see, so we've done the wall, the cell phone, the door, mattress. There's a mattress on the floor. The mattress feels really hard to lie on. Okay. I guess the last thing we have is the meal. Near the door, there's a serving of spaghetti with tomato sauce and a bottle of water. Also, a round plastic fork that's completely harmless, though was thoughtfully attached. It's still warm. It feels like it was set here not long ago. Well, there's nothing else, so let's end the investigation. Yes. What's the next move? Let's Listen. You can't hear any sounds other than your own breathing. The soundproofing in this room seems particularly good. Well, let's test it. Yell for help. Nobody answers. Didn't expect anybody to. Should we... let's knock over the meal. Why not? Yes. You make the room messy and dirty with the food. I love how it's still in like a circle. It's like not all over. It's just like in a circle with splatters. Sorry. Let's go to sleep. I mean, I got nothing else going on. You lay on the bed. You try to sleep under this. You try to sleep under this condition. Maybe it's the fatigue caused by the nervousness, but you still fall asleep. And you open your eyes after hearing some noises. Oh. A tall man wearing a mask is squatting on the ground and looking at you with his head tilted. He looks extremely displeased. How can you tell? You notice the mop and bucket he brought with him. Who are you? Why did you abduct me? He starts to clean up, ignoring your questions. After a while, the dirty room became clean, and he doesn't forget to spray alcohol everywhere to disinfect when he's done. Day 2. Morning. The first day passed. You feel very hungry. There has been no food or water sent in here since yesterday. Yeah, I make bad choices in these games. Sometimes when you're so hungry that your stomach hurts, you can only use your arms to press your stomach hard to relieve the pain. Day 3, night. The third day passed, and there's a chill in your limbs, and you can't muster any strength in your hands and feet. You need to replenish calories to maintain bodily functions, or else you'll faint. Day 7. A week passed. You're lying on the bed in a daze with only one breath left. In a trance, you hear the sounds of the heavy gates being opened one by one. And then there's footsteps getting closer to you. You feel that your body is in the air. It seems like someone has picked you up. You think it would be great if this is the police coming to rescue me. The possibility makes you fall asleep in peace. Yeah, I doubt it's the police. But you never wake up again. Wow. Dude. Okay, so that was bed ending 6-1. Messy is unacceptable. Yeah, I'm going to try that again. With a severe headache, you wake up in an unfamiliar place. As you touch the bruise on the back of your head, it seems you were hit by something heavy before you lost consciousness. A heavy iron chain tied around your feet. Someone has trapped you here. You try to remember what happened before you lost consciousness, but you can't recall anything. Let's investigate the surroundings first. Well, we have a cell phone. No signal. I might be in a remote place or underground. Where to investigate next? Door. You peek through the keyhole, but you see nothing outside. I wonder where I am. Where to investigate next? Well, there is a room surrounded by 4 walls without any windows. It's weirdly cleaned up and no ashes or sand can be seen. Looks like a prison built by a germaphobe. Where to investigate next? Mattress. There's a mattress on the floor. The mattress feels really hard to lie on. Where to investigate next? The only thing left is the meal. Near the door, there's a serving of spaghetti with tomato sauce and a bottle of water. Also, a round plastic fork that's completely harmless was thoughtfully attached. It's still warm. It feels like it was sent here not long ago. Where to investigate next? Looks like I got everything. Let's go. Investigation? Yes. What's the next move? Let's listen. You can't hear anything, any sounds other than your own breathing. The soundproofing in this room seems particularly good. Okay. Yell anyway. Nobody answers. Didn't expect anybody to. Well, we know knocking over the meal is a bad idea, so sleep. Yes. You lay on the bed. You try to sleep under this condition. Maybe it's the fatigue caused by nervousness, but you still fall asleep. You open your eyes after hearing some noises. Creepy guy. A tall man wearing a mask is squatting on the ground and looking at you with his head tilted. He remains silent as if he is sizing up his prey. He points to the plate on the floor, like indicating that you should finish your meal quickly. Thinking that the strange man might have poisoned the meal, you shake your head in fear. Seeing you have no intention of eating, he looks quite distressed.
You can't die.
You can't die.
Not now.
Not now. He slowly speaks with a deep and steady voice.
The freezer is full.
Oh. The freezer's full. What does that mean? The freezer is full, and there's no more space for more.
7 days.
7 days. He pauses and thinks.
There won't be space until 7 days.
There won't be space until 7 days later.
If you die now,
you'll rot. What do you mean? So I only have 7 days left to live? He nods and walks out of the door. Wait, you can't just leave me here like this, please? Your cries can't stop the door from closing. Let's investigate the surroundings first. Let's just go with a meal. A bread and bottle of water. Door. You peek outside from the keyhole. You see the shadow of the man walking around. Seems to be busy with something. What is he doing? Mattress? Can we eat the meal? No, just sit there. Okay, fine. Mattress. Okay. Please try to improve your survival rate within 7 days. Key. Day 2. Morning. Let's investigate and look around. We got no food. No food. Empty plate, just water. Door. You check the keyhole. You seem to see something. You see that there's a vague figure at the end of the door. I'm gonna observe quietly. You sense something wrong and realize what that is after narrowing your eyes. That is an artwork made of human body, not a human being. You hear the door open. You slowly push the door, and there is no trace of the strange man. First, you go into a room with a large freezer, sink, and operating table. Then, you open another heavy door. You find yourself in a room full of glass display jars. The jars are all filled with specimens and made from human body parts. It's like you're in an art museum. Could it be that he wants to freeze me as material for specimen artwork? You're thinking, you seeing the scene? Oh, let's just admire the artwork. I think that's creepy enough. Let's do that. You look around and admire his work with relish. You look at them for 15 minutes straight. Interesting. You hear a voice coming from the corner. It turns out the man has been watching you from a blind spot behind the glass cabinet. I like them. They're so beautiful. The man goes silent with his head tilted for a couple of seconds after hearing your comment. He seems to be thinking about something. Don't you consider it cruel or bloodthirsty to them? No, I feel nothing at all.
You're such a weirdo.
You're such a weirdo. You think, aren't you talking about yourself? After you have a tour in his display room, he locks you back in the small room you were in. You go to sleep to end the day. Your survival rate increased. Day 3. Until noon, you don't see breakfast or lunch being delivered. You're already starving. You are waiting for him to bring you dinner, but what you get is not dinner. Instead, you hear the door was opened. A light shines through the crack of the half-open door, looking like an intriguing invitation. You open the door and walk into that light. You first arrive at the room with the operating table outside of the door. But this time, the operating table is not empty. And there's a defrosting human corpse on it. The man pops out of somewhere. He unties the iron chains from your feet and hands the surgical knife in his hand to you. First.
Where do you think
the first cut should be? His voice tone sounds cold, like the kind of teacher who gives the student a hard question on purpose. Let's stab the corpse. Maybe beautiful works always come with some sacrifices. Without hesitation, you stab the abdomen of the corpse with the knife. But due to lack of professionalism, the lines you cut are crooked and ugly, And this is when he gets close behind you, behind your back, and holds your hand. You're both holding the surgical knife, like you two are cutting a cake together. With his hand, the lines you cut become smooth and clean. You can smell an ocean perfume on him due to how close you are. It seems to be sprayed to cover up the smell of formaldehyde. You can feel his warmth on your back, but his fingers are a little cold. He's focusing on cutting the corpse, and your hand keeps moving under his lead. He could have killed you or ignored you, but he didn't. You start to speculate on the purpose of his behaviors. Could it be that he wants someone who can ignore the cruelty in the process and understand him? You think after the happy creative time ends, you're locked in the room you were in. You go to sleep to end the day. Has he still not fed us? We not eaten? Sorry. I'm just curious. Until noon, you don't see breakfast or lunch being delivered. You're already starving. You notice that something is shining at the corner. The key. It seems like the man accidentally dropped it last night. You open the door with the key. You go past the operating table where you two spent creative time together last night. The display room. Then you discover that there are unnaturally uneven marks from one wall to the corner. You find a trapdoor. After pushing the trapdoor, you see a normal basement storage room. At the corner of the storage room, you see a staircase that goes up. It turns out that this is really an underground secret room. Hidden layer by layer with trapdoor. No wonder the sound insulation is so good. You walk up the stairs and see a heavy wooden board. You push it hard. What catches your eye is the interior of a cozy cabin. Then you realize the heavy wooden board you just pushed is the back of a bookcase. Ooh, hidden bookcase. Cool. You look around and find that there are insect specimens everywhere in the cabin, and there is also a reindeer head specimen hanging on the wall. Then you walk into the living room. You see a young man with a handsome face and pale skin lying on the sofa. The ocean-scented perfume and the faint smell of formalin emanates from his body. It's him. He's the masked man who kidnapped you. But he's not wearing a mask at this time. His sleeping face has a ferocious expression. His neck is sweating and he seems to be trembling. It looks like he's sick. At this time, you decide to I read too much dark romance. We're staying and taking care of him. You can't bear to leave him alone, so you reach out and touch his forehead. Whoa, so hot. You try to find something that can cool him down. Let's investigate. Kitchen. The kitchen is spotlessly clean. Well, we want to cool him down, so let's go to the fridge. There are some ice cubes in it. These can cool down his body temperature. Okay. Cabinet. We find some clean towels in the kitchen cabinet. I can soak a towel in the ice water and place it on the patient's forehead to cool him down. Okay. The living room is spotlessly clean. Where to investigate? Wait, we just found it. Why can't we use it? I'm confused. His expression is ferocious. He seems to be in pain. He's still having a fever. Where to investigate next? Sofa. You don't think it's good for a patient to sleep on the sofa, but you can't move him with your strength. Where to investigate next? Specimens? I feel like he did them all. The workmanship of these specimens is exquisite. Where to investigate next? Photo frame? And there's a photo frame on the shelf. It's a photo of him standing at the entrance of the Judicial Mental Hospital with a man in a doctor's robe. Where to investigate? Shelf. Cocoa powder. There's a jar of cocoa powder and a cup on it. Let's make him a cup of cocoa. Where to investigate next? There's a lockbox. Can we open it? There's a box with a combination lock on it. On the shelf. I don't know. Okay. Oh, there's an exit box. Okay. Bookcase. You find some of his profile files in the bookcase. Name Helenotis, gender male, October 1st, 1980. Where to investigate next? End investigation. Yes. Well, we found stuff in the kitchen. Why won't it, let me... You return to the living room, wringing out the excess water from the towels soaked in ice water, and place it on his forehead. Okay. His fierce expression gradually softened. You once again notice his fair skin and long eyelashes and his slightly curly black hair. If you don't say he is a murderer, his sleeping face looks very harmless now. After a while, he wakes up to the scent of your brewing cocoa and sits up on the couch. He looks a little shocked. He looks around quickly and seems to understand what is going on.
Why are you doing this?
Why are you doing this? I wanted to ask myself that too.
You saw me faint and didn't choose to run away.
You saw me faint and didn't choose to run away.
You're such a weirdo.
You're such a weirdo. Is there anyone weirder than you in this house? You can't help but bitch about him. You seem to see the corners of his mouth rising slightly for a few seconds, and the atmosphere between you relaxes. He doesn't drink the cocoa you brewed for him. It seems that he is still a little wary of you. Can you tell me who you are?
Bloody Painter.
Bloody Painter. And that's the name they gave me for my modus operandi.
If you find it difficult to pronounce,
If you find it difficult to
you can call me
pronounce,
BP.
you can call me BP. Even though what he told you was just a nickname, at least you know how to call him now. After the brief conversation on the sofa, he does not lock you back in the underground secret room, perhaps staying to take care of him when he fell ill was enough to prove that you won't run away. You get up from the sofa and continue to look at the specimens, decorations in the living room. He sits on the sofa, crosses his legs, picks up a book, and starts reading.
By the way,
you better not try to escape.
there are
Traps all around the cabin, and only I know how to get in and out safely. You sit on the sofa. Soon a wave of sleepiness comes over you. Today you fall asleep on the sofa in the living room, not in the cold underground secret room. Your survival rate increases. Day 5, morning. You see him busy cleaning in and out of the house early in the morning. I'll come help too. After finishing speaking, you pick up the rag and the bucket and join the cleaning. But you can't really see where this almost spotless house needs to be cleaned. You're just taking a clean wet rag and wiping it on the clean cabin. Do you usually love cleaning this much?
It would soon be covered with
It
a
must
layer
be
of
cleaned
dust.
like this 1 or 2 times a week. Otherwise, it would soon be covered with a layer of dust. Although he doesn't talk much, his tone and voice give you a gentle feeling and don't make you feel nervous. You climb up on a short ladder and wipe the high cabinets with a rag. Suddenly, a cockroach crawls out from the cracks in the cabin. You are so frightened that you lose your balance and fall backwards. You close your eyes, but what you get is not the pain of falling to the ground, but a warm feeling. Oh. You open your eyes and find that he's holding you like you're a princess. He catches you with the same cold expression on his face.
Are you all right?
Are you all right? Perhaps to resolve the awkwardness, he asks. I'm all right. It was just a cockroach. Hearing the word cockroach, he puts you down. He takes 2 steps back from the cabinet you just wiped and then says calmly,
Don't come near here.
Don't come near here yet. Why?
It's dangerous.
It's dangerous. You can't help but chuckle at the thought of a murderer being afraid of cockroaches. Fine, whatever, you say. The interaction just now makes you feel a little warmth from this cold murderer. At least you see more of his reactions and expressions. This is the rare relaxation you have felt in these tense days. He could have let you fall off the ladder, but he rushed over to catch you. Somehow you feel that after these few days of getting along, maybe now you both have different ideas about each other than you originally had. It was only a clear relationship between a murderer who wanted to hunt and a prey who was trying to escape. But now it has an extra layer of friendship causing the interactions between you two have an indescribable sense of dissonance. Just when you pick up the old newspaper and prepare to wipe the windows, you find a police car parked on the road in the distance. Two police officers get out of the car and keep looking towards the cabin. At some point, BP is already behind you, looking out the window with you.
Wait for a second.
Wait for a second. And then he walks out of the door to talk to the police officers.
Is there anything I can help you with?
Is there anything I can help you with? Are you Mr. Otis?
Yes.
Yes, I am. Have you ever seen these people around here? The police officer takes out some photos from his pocket.
Have these people committed a crime?
Have these people committed a crime and are running away? No. These people are the missing people around this area.
I haven't seen them before.
I haven't seen them before, but wolves and bears often appear out here. Can we check out your cabin?
Yes. Come in.
Yes, come in. BP behaves very kindly and politely. After speaking, he leads the way for the police officers.
Please follow my footsteps.
Please follow my footsteps.
I placed some traps near
the cabin to protect against wild wolves and bears. You don't want to step on them. The police officers enter the house and see you. Hello, this is
an
old friend who came to visit me recently. You greet the police officers with a smile and a nod. At the same time, a police officer quickly looks through the missing person photos in his hand. Then he puts the photo back into his pocket. It seems that your disappearance has not been discovered by anyone yet. You stand next to the bookcase blocking the entrance to the secret room. After searching around, the police officers find nothing unusual and leave. His trust in you increases. Today, you still sleep on the couch in the living room instead of the cold basement. Half asleep, you hear the sound of someone approaching. When you notice the person seems to be very close to you, you pretend to be asleep and the person just looks at your sleeping face quietly. The man stretches out his hand and takes it back just as he's about to touch your hair. He turns around and leaves. Day 6. You see him busy in the kitchen for a while. Then breakfast is served in front of you. There's a piece of toast and just the right crispiness on a large round plate and a poached egg on top of it with some lettuce salad. The plating looks delicious. The drink is a cup of freshly brewed hot cocoa. The cutlery he gives you is still a round plastic fork with no offensive features. You sit at the dining table and start eating while he sits on the chair opposite to you and flips through a book. It's still snowing outside, and listening to the squeaking sound of the fireplace, the atmosphere in the cabin is particularly comfortable. As long as you ignore the fact that you're in the same room with the murderer who kidnapped you, everything's really relaxing. You look at him who is full of mysteries, and some questions arise in your mind. And you decide to... let's ask carefully. Can I ask you a question?
What is it?
What is it? Let's start with casual conversation. Well, you usually read. I usually would read some about anatomy and taxidermy book, but today is different. What are you reading today?
Truman Show.
The Truman Show. Interesting. What is the book like? The whole world that the protagonist lives in, including himself, is all just someone's creation. Everything that happened is watched by the audience, and there's no privacy at all. But he is completely unaware that he is in such a large theater.
Very ridiculous.
Very ridiculous, right? I can't imagine this to happen in reality or to me. If our world was really like the Truman Show, how would the audience view the current situation? It's exciting.
Excited.
Exciting. Why? They may be attracted by your charm and want to be killed by you.
Incomprehensible.
Incomprehensible. Sorry, guys.
But
What a bunch of weirdos with good taste. It's hard to tell from his poker face whether he's seriously boasting or joking. Let's talk about the potted plants. I saw many potted plants on the shelves in the living room, but why are they all withered? I have tried my best. I don't know why they always die. Let's talk about. Okay, we gotta ask like the elephant in the room, right? What was he gonna use this for? You ask bravely. He looks up at you for a moment. I was going to make you into some kind of doll at first. Your eyes are beautiful, but if they are left alone, they will become rotten and sunken. So I would like to dig your eyes out and put them in a glass jar and soak them in formalin to preserve them. Glass beads will be placed in empty eye sockets to replace the eyes. You look very pleasing to the eye, so I would also like to keep the head intact. Thanks for the compliment.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Why did he say it first? Has his mind changed? You're curious, but you don't have the guts to ask any further. Let's pick up the book. You pick up the book next to you and start flipping through it. It's a book about the possibility of having completely opposite versions of yourself in a parallel world. If there's a completely opposite version of you, what do you think it would be like? That book. Let me think. Probably a guy wearing a burgundy coat and always having a smile on his face. Why is it a burgundy coat? Because I like blue. If he's the opposite of me, he should like red, right? Okay. Well, let's gonna end the conversation here. Day 6, noon. It's noontime. To thank you for making breakfast for me today, let me make lunch in return. He frowns at you with an expression like, are you out of your mind? Don't worry, you said there are traps outside, only you know how to get in and out normally. Even if I resist you with a knife, I can't escape. Okay, but I'll keep an eye on you.
Don't try anything
Don't try to do anything stupid. Great. As for what to cook and the ingredients, well, a bad idea flashes through your head, and curiosity makes you ask, you do eat human flesh? No. Why would I do that? I just use human bodies as materials for making art, and I never think about eating them. I thought you murdered all, had some degree of cannibalism.
Let's put it this way.
Do you eat paint and painting tools? Just because I kill people and to use materials to make works doesn't mean I will eat them. Also, I'm different from those who have fun committing a crime and kill purely for killing's sake. Don't confuse me with that kind of unprincipled guy. I wouldn't do anything unless necessary. You are here only because you witnessed the crime scene. I see. After hearing this, you decide to... We're just going to cook a common dish. You look at the ingredients in the refrigerator. There are eggs, tomatoes, white rice, and some curry powder on the shelves. Okay, I've decided. You turn on the oven and start cooking. BP watches you in the entire production process. Rather than worrying about you escaping, he's more worried about you blowing up the kitchen. Soon after a normal curry omelet rice was served, He stares at the omelet with rice without saying a word. Don't worry, there's no poison. Weren't you watching the whole process? He starts to move after you finish speaking. He takes a spoonful of the omelet rice and puts it in his mouth. What do you think?
It's surprisingly
quite delicious. What's wrong?
Nothing.
It's just that no one's cooked for me in a long time. I can make you more if you like. You had a fairly pleasant afternoon. Late at night.
Hey.
Dragon Day 6 on, man. Hey. You were woken up from your sleep by the man. His face is close to you, and his blue eyes are staring at you. What's wrong? You sit up on the couch and rub your eyes.
Got to go.
Got to go?
I've noticed
something unusual about the number of police cars patrolling nearby recently.
They must have
some relevant evidence and are doubting it. It's very likely
there's
there's an ambush outside.
It's
It's snowing heavily outside, and I think it's now time to leave.
Come with me or
Come
not.
with me or not, it's your choice. We're gonna go. What do you want me to do? I'm fine with both choices, but I need you to look me in the eyes and tell me what do you prefer me to do? You stare at his eyes. I prefer... He hesitates to speak and looks away, looking at like he's thinking about something. Oh, we're holding his hand. Your behavior makes him a little panicked, and he doesn't seem to be good in this kind of situation. You notice that his ears are flushed, and this unexpected reaction makes you want to tease him a little. What do you prefer me to do? I prefer... After a moment of silence, he speaks slowly. That you come with me. He tries hard to look you in the eyes and speaks his thoughts.
We'll set off early tomorrow morning.
Date 7.
Follow my footsteps.
You follow the shoe prints he leaves on the snow and finally succeed in avoiding the many traps around the cabin. Just as you were walking through the forest, you hear movement behind you. Freeze. In the snowstorm, several policemen who are lying in ambush chase after you. You ignore them and keep running forward. Bang, bang. Gunshot shoots across the sky, and you feel pain in your left calf. You're shot. He turns to look at you as he's considering whether to leave you. Run, you yell at him, but he approaches you. And he holds you in his arms. You feel a warmth on your forehead. Oh, he kisses your forehead. You feel the time freeze at this moment. The kiss is almost like a goodbye. Then he leaves you and runs forward, disappearing into the heavy snow. You were later taken back to the police office for questioning. You say throughout the process that you were a victim. On that note, you're not lying. You don't really reveal any unnecessary details, since there is no relevant evidence to prove that you are an accomplice. The police can only release you after a long period of interrogation. After that, 2 years passed. Now you live in a cheap little apartment. You live an ordinary life after what happened 2 years ago never happened. Today is Halloween, and every household nearby has put some thought into making decorations, but for you, it's just another day at work. When you return to your apartment after getting off work in the evening, the strange thing is that as soon as you open the door, you feel a gust of wind. You remember that you closed the window before going out. Just when you are about to close the window, you find a gift left by someone on the table next to the windowsill, a red rose. You don't know why, but you have a feeling that BP has been here. Every Halloween after that, you receive a rose at your residence, like a once-a-year greeting. Although he says nothing, the rose seems to tell you everything. Although you have certain similarities, you are two people from different worlds after all. Perhaps living in your own life is the best outcome for both of you. Aw, it's a good ending for two different worlds. Alright, so that was Bloody Painter Dating Sim. We died, and then we got a good ending. So, yeah. I'm glad I pushed through, because otherwise wouldn't have gotten that one. I really like that second one. So, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll leave the link in the descriptions, and see you on the next one. Bye-bye.